.com for attractive offers on the RDX.
Tonight, breaking news, the massive rallies from coast to coast, from Washington, D.C. to New York, Chicago to Dallas to L.A. Teenagers from Parkland, Florida, leading hundreds of thousands, demanding tougher gun laws and an end to gun violence in schools. Powerful moments on stage, student Emma Gonzalez marking the minutes it took the gunman to kill 17 people at Stoneman Douglas High School. The march increasing pressure on the gun control debate. President Trump calling for a ban on bump stocks. The NRA responding tonight. President Trump's accusers, the attorney for Stormy Daniels, issuing a warning to the president's legal team as the adult film star is about to go public in prime time. Hospital shooting, the tense moments when police officers, weapons drawn and holding shields, confront a patient armed with a handgun. Why they say they were forced to fire. And school bus scares. 2 accidents in the same school district caught on camera. You'll see what the drivers did in real time to protect the children on board.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on a busy Saturday night. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with the massive rallies across America. Teenagers leading the charge from New England to California. Hundreds of thousands taking part in the March for Our Lives, demanding tougher gun control laws and an end to school shootings. Officials planning for at least 500,000 people in Washington, D.C., crowds as far as the eye can see. 175,000 in New York alone, a sea of people in Atlanta, Minneapolis, Dallas, and Los Angeles. The movement led by survivors of the shooting rampage that killed 17 people at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, and more than 800 events taking place around the world. ABC's David Wright leads us off from Washington tonight.
Pennsylvania Avenue, the main street of American politics, today packed with people from the doorstep of the U.S. Capitol almost to the doorstep of the White House. Hundreds of thousands of people standing shoulder to shoulder to condemn gun violence.
At the end of the day, bullets do not discriminate, so why should we?
Young people, including the survivors of Parkland, not even old enough to vote, led the way.
When politicians send their thoughts and prayers with no action, we say no more. And to those politicians supported by the NRA that allow the continued slaughter of our children and our future, I say get your resumes ready.
My friends and I might still be 11, and we might still be in elementary school, but we know what is right and wrong.
In New York City, protesters marched from Central Park to Times Square. ABC's Zachary Quiche in the thick of it.
Can this movement, can this march, your voice, can it be the difference, the catalyst?
It has to be. We don't have a choice of whether it's going to be or not. It has to be the difference.
In Parkland, Florida, in Texas and other deep red states, in California and other blue states, the crowds exceeded expectations. Some of the marchers have a personal connection to this issue.
I'm from Newtown, Connecticut.
So this issue hits close to home for you.
It absolutely does.
17-year-old Susanna Barna is a photographer for the Eagle Eye, the school newspaper at Stoneman Douglas High School. She was there, locked down, the day a gunman murdered 17 people in her school. Having been through that, it must be quite emotional to be here today.
Yeah, of course. I mean, It's hard to describe it just because it's so overwhelming. It's so much. But I mean, I know that this is something I'm going to look back on one day, and this is a story I'm going to be telling my grandkids.
Now we're going to sing it to you, y'all.
Today, plenty of celebrities lent their talents and their voices to this cause. Among them, Paul McCartney in New York, who reminded the crowd how John Lennon was murdered.
One of my best friends was killed in gun violence right around here, so it's important to me.
But it was the kids who took center stage, the emotional high point. Emma Gonzalez, a Parkland survivor, on stage for 6 minutes and 20 seconds, the amount of time it took the shooter to turn her community upside down.
The crowd there chanting "Never Again," an incredibly powerful moment. David Wright joins us now live from Pennsylvania Avenue. And David, you were out there all day, and you were telling me earlier the crowds and the concerns went well beyond violence in our schools.
That's right. They're against gun violence in all its forms, Tom. And, you know, while we did meet one or two people who want to ban guns, the vast majority of the people that we met today say that they want what they see to be reasonable restrictions, things like getting rid of those high-capacity magazines, getting military-style weapons out of the hands of civilians. Of course, the gun rights community sees that as a slippery slope. Tom?
David Wright leading us off tonight. David, thank you. And President Trump had no comments as rallies were taking place nationwide. The president backing away from his own calls for tougher background checks and raising the age limits to buy guns, but moving forward on one issue, directing the Justice Department to ban bump stocks. Gun rights supporters weighing in on the president's action and the march. Here's ABC's Kenneth Moton.
Tonight, as hundreds of thousands participate in the March for Their Lives, gun advocates are fighting for their Second Amendment rights. In Salt Lake City, nearly 1,000 showed up. This small girl in a tank, her sign reading, "Criminals love gun control." A high school student echoed the same message. Police led gun advocates through the famous Boston Common. In D.C., about a dozen or so counter-protesters, far outnumbered.
Law-abiding gun owners are no threat to Americans.
Meanwhile, the National Rifle Association claimed on its TV channel today's student-led protest is just a PR stunt.
It's another example of adults hijacking a movement that perhaps isn't theirs. This is what they've always done.
In February, President Trump met with the NRA in the days after the Parkland shooting and appeared open to working with them.
Some of you people are petrified of the NRA. You can't be petrified. They want to do what's right.
But late Friday, the president officially broke from the NRA, tweeting his new ban on bump stocks, those devices that turn legal weapons into machine guns.
Well, we were disappointed to hear some of the president's comments.
Gun advocates say creating safer schools will require more firepower, not less.
We protect our president with guns, but when it comes to schools, all we do is put up a sign that says gun-free zone, and it's not working.
But today, Parkland students saying the president hasn't done enough since their White House meeting, when he promised to look at raising the purchasing age for guns and approving background checks.
Stand for us or beware, the voters are coming.
And Kenneth Moton joins us live from Washington tonight as well. And Kenneth, those demonstrators calling for change today. But what's next in the political battle over gun reform?
Tom, this is a fierce battle. So many of the students we heard today calling on lawmakers here in Washington to take action, but many frustrated gun control advocates are turning to the states. We already saw that landmark school safety bill passed in Florida, which raised the age limit to buy a gun in the wake of the Parkland shooting. Tom?
Kenneth Moton for us tonight. Kenneth, thank you. And a programming note, join Martha Raddatz for more of our coverage on the March for Our Lives on tomorrow's This Week. Next tonight, many people closely watching President Trump and the First Lady. Adult film star Stormy Daniels about to break her silence, speaking out about her alleged affair with the president more than a decade ago. Here's ABC's Tara Palmieri in West Palm Beach.
President Trump and First Lady Melania arriving in Florida together for what will likely be a rocky 24 hours. Adult film actress Stormy Daniels alleging an affair with Trump in an interview that airs tomorrow.
People better be honest because they haven't been honest in the past.
Daniels' attorney, Michael Avenatti, bracing for attacks from Trump and his team, tweeting out a warning, this image of a DVD inside a safe.
It's a warning shot to Michael Cohen and anyone else associated with President Trump that they better be very, very careful.
Can we assume that that DVD contains evidence to back up Stormy Daniels' position?
Yes.
The president's lawyers filed a motion in federal court against Daniels, saying she violated a confidentiality agreement more than 20 times, threatening to seek damages of $20 million.
They are all false. They're totally invented. Fiction.
The president has long denied any sexual misconduct, but other women are suing him. Apprentice contestant Summer Zervos accusing the president of defamation after he called allegations of sexual misconduct, quote, totally made up nonsense. A judge ruled this week her case can move forward. At the White House, Trump ignoring the latest questions about his accusers.
Thank you all very much. Secretary Schultz. Thank you very much.
Former Playboy model Karen McDougal also alleging a long consensual affair with Trump during the same time period as Daniels in 2006. Just months earlier, Melania had given birth to Barron. McDougal telling CNN's Anderson Cooper.
We passed a room, and he said, this is Melania's room. If she likes to have her alone time, that's when I kind of thought maybe they're having issues.
All right, let's get out to Tara Palmieri. She's in West Palm Beach with the president tonight. And Tara, some new reporting about the travel plans of President Trump and the First Lady tomorrow when that Stormy Daniels interview is set to air?
That's right, Tom. President Trump heads back to Washington before the interview airs. But according to the White House, Melania will stay behind with her son, Barron. The First Lady's office told ABC News it's part of their spring break tradition. Tom?
Tara Palmieri with the president tonight. Tara, thank you. And one more headline from the White House tonight. The Trump administration announcing its new policy banning most transgender people from serving in the military. The ban affects transgender people who require or have undergone gender transition. Openly transgender troops currently in the military will be allowed to stay. Overseas tonight, the new developments in the deadly terror attack in France. The country paying tribute to a hero police lieutenant killed after volunteering to trade places with hostages in a supermarket. Authorities revealing new details about the gunman supporting ISIS and the weapons they recovered inside. ABC's James Longman is in Paris.
Bravery has a face tonight in France. Lieutenant Colonel Arnaud Bertrand being remembered for taking the place of a female hostage in Friday's deadly terror standoff. The decorated Iraq war veteran walking inside this supermarket unarmed, leaving his cell phone open so that police knew when to storm in and kill the attacker. Now, tributes for the 45-year-old killed by the gunman pouring in. His brother telling French media he gave his life for a stranger he probably knew he had no chance. French officials calling Bertrand a hero who died for his nation. This as police are learning more about Radwan Lakdim, the gunman. ISIS material was found at his apartment. 3 improvised explosives, a gun and hunting knife were recovered at the supermarket, where Lakdim threatened to blow himself up after his rampage in this quiet corner of southern France.
4 people were killed in these attacks. French police are interviewing an associate of Lakdim as France prepares for a day of tribute for their fallen officer. Tom?
James Longman following that story out of Paris tonight. James, thank you. And back here at home, the new headline about a deadly water park accident in Kansas. The first criminal charges have been filed in connection with the death of a 10-year-old boy who was thrown from the world's tallest water slide back in 2016. Authorities say the company knew the ride was dangerous and ignored the risks anyway. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
The water park behind Verrückt, billed as the world's tallest water slide, and a former park executive tonight facing criminal charges in connection with the 2016 death of a 10-year-old boy. Schlitterbahn Water Parks and Tyler Austin Miles, director of operations at the time of the accident, charged with more than a dozen counts, including involuntary manslaughter for having, quote, knowledge that the rafts were still going airborne in the days before the Verrückt's grand opening. Court documents show more than a dozen people were injured on the ride before 10-year-old Caleb Schwab was thrown off a raft and decapitated. In an interview last year, Caleb's parents relived the moment they learned what happened.
There was a gentleman who wouldn't allow me to come close enough to see what was going on. And he just kept saying, no, trust me, you don't want to go any further.
Schlitterbahn in a statement Friday saying, our review of the facts and circumstances of the accident has never shown any evidence of criminal conduct on the part of anyone, and the company says it was deeply disappointed to learn that any individual is being personally charged for the terrible accident on Verrückt. Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We turn now to the weather. The spring snowstorm hitting across 11 states. Weather alerts from Iowa to Virginia at this hour. Heavy snow and dangerous driving in Mason City. Take a look there. More than a foot of snow in parts of the state. Let's get right to weather anchor Sam Champion. And Sam, you were telling me earlier that this new storm is going to break the weather pattern we've been seeing.
It does. And most people will be very happy to hear that this storm, we break the nor'easter pattern. We do not make a nor'easter out of this storm. But let's get to the problem here, because it's about a 1,200-mile long line of snow here. And there's a lot of big totals here. Mason City at 17.5 inches. Look at Indy at 9.2. That's the biggest snowfall total they've had from one storm in about 4 years. So some of this is coming at the end of March and the biggest winter totals. Watch this low, moves toward the coastline and then gets pushed well out in the Atlantic. So there will be accumulating snow again tonight into the mountains of Virginia, also into North Carolina. And what has fallen in Indy all the way toward Lexington and northern Kentucky will stay as snow, because we're at below freezing overnight tonight. Now, the good news is, so all that stays snow and cold on the ground. The good news is, for early next week, the East Coast gets a slight milder trend.
All right, so many waiting to actually feel spring.
Exactly.
All right, Sam, thank you. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Saturday. The update on the fiery wreck that brought